Everyone, Lucas here, and for my preview, I want to do something a little bit different. What I want to do is every time an NHL publication, like Hockey News or whatever, comes out with their season review, I want to go over it, analyze it, give my thoughts on what they think we're going to be doing this season. If you guys like it, definitely give it the big thumbs up. Comment below, say you like it, want me to continue. If you guys don't like this way, please let me know as well, and then I'll go back to just doing that one big video where I just have a preview of the whole season and give my thoughts then. I usually do it a couple of days before the season actually starts. So, onward we go. So this is obviously the Hockey News season preview. They put out two publications. They put the season preview, this thing, and then another one that actually has George Richards giving his analysis of what the Florida Panthers will do. But this is solely the Hockey News writers doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on what they think throughout the reading of this. So what they do, they have a best case scenario and a worst case scenario of what Florida will do in the 2017-18 season. They do predict us to finish 6th in the Atlantic Division, which clearly won't be good enough to make the playoffs. They rate us as 45-1 odds to win the Stanley Cup. I might have to put $100 down. I could use $4,500 definitely in my bank account. So, anyways, all right. So, best case scenario, a hiccup, growing pains. The Panthers have to believe that's all last season was. There's reason to believe that was the case too, and I believe that as well. Last season, just utter nightmare. Huberdeau gets injured in the last game of preseason, ends up not coming back till January. Just key injuries left and right. The fiasco with Gallant. And then Tom Rowe taking over. That fiasco of him being coach, just making absolutely boneheaded moves and stuff like that. Just transitions, just a horrible, horrible season for us. Again, they go over a preseason injury cost Jonathan Huberdeau more than half the season. And although his near point per game pace upon his return wasn't enough to get Florida back into the playoff hunt. He did inject some life into the stagnant offense and could continue to do so this season. Again, he's fully healthy. He's even said he's feeling healthy. Hopefully we don't have any preseason injuries happen. Hopefully we can get out of this preseason completely healthy, be on 100% healthy going into game one. That would be a huge key for us indeed. And Huberdeau did have honestly great season when he came back. He was producing. Just imagine if we had Huberdeau to begin the season. We would have been a playoff team. Gallant may have never even been fired upon that happening. So it shouldn't be all that difficult for Huberdeau either, as he can work alongside Alexander Barkov, who has established himself as one of the best young centers in the game. Pair that with the emergence of Vincent Trocheck and the added additions of Vander Dadonov, and Florida could have some true threats on its attack, and I think that too. Barkov is finally have hopefully a full season with Huberdeau. Jágr is not going to be on that top line anymore to I think weigh down the young guys, slow them down, and before you guys blast me for this, it's true. That's why Jágr got so many penalties when he was playing, because he couldn't catch up to the top lines of these other teams, and again, hooking penalties and stuff like that, and then costing us to go on the penalty kill, which I think hurt us a lot too. So now with Dadonov on that first line, possibly with Huberdeau and Barkov, oh my God, I'm just salivating over that line right now. That's going to be a key line. It will be the Panthers' blue line that drives them, though. Nairn Ekblad, Matheson, and McCosh. Florida has a fine young foundation upon which to build, and the veteran presence of Keith Yandel and Jason Demers gives the Panthers back end stability. A collective step forward after last season's small step back could put the Panthers back in the playoff hunt. I think that's true. Yandel, yeah, he had a rough season last year. I think with this new Boudreau in I think we've really Bugner. Wow, Bugner. Okay, Bugner. And as coach, he's really brought life into this team. Even one of the players said yesterday is that the workout, the training is just so much tougher. It's more on point and like everything is running on cylinders. So let's hope that continues. Now, as for the worst case scenario, goals gone. Jonathan Marchessault, Jaromir Jagr, Riley Smith, Jussi Jokinen, Kipchut scored 72 of the Florida Panthers' 205 goals in 2016-17 season. That's a lot of goals. That's almost a third of the goals we scored last year. So that's a huge amount of goals lost for us, indeed. But all four will be playing elsewhere this season. The replacements are Dadonov, a 30-goal scorer in the KHL, Vrbata, who netted 20 with Arizona. Even if Dadonov's KHL production translates to the NHL and Vrbata replicates last season's total, it still is Panthers 20 goals shy of matching what they lost. But here's the thing, though. Yes, we may have lost those guys, and there's a 20-goal difference. As long as Vrbata and Dadonov can keep up that level that they had last year in their respective leagues. Now, the reason why I think we can get those goals back is when I have a healthy Huberdeau on the top line with Barkov and Dadonov, which means, again, they're not going to be slowed down by Jagr, getting those penalties and stuff like that. They're going to be young guys, be able to skate around, use their speed. I think that's going to help us produce those goals. I think Bukestad could definitely come back, have a strong season this year, possibly get a good 20 to 25 goals. I'd love to see that happen. And you get these other guys coming back. Malgin, I definitely think he'll have definitely a great season. Bukestad, again, we'll have to see how Tippett does. This will probably be his first year, as he's definitely going to be on the first line. Trocheck, obviously will continue his scoring streak. So again, we just got to wait and see. I think we'll make up those goals extremely, because again, we're not going to be possibly on the penalty as much, PK as much. So hopefully we could boost some more 5-on-5 time and maybe even some more power play time. And that's not what to mention what the Exodus does to the depth chart. If Huberdeau's injury last year hindered Florida's attack, imagine what a similar ailment to any of the top 6 forwards would do to the offense this time around. They get a valid point. We are definitely not as deep as we were last season. Again, who knows what can happen in the next week or two. Florida Town's been known to get some big players around training camp. We got Thomas a few years ago. A couple other key players we got during training camps the last few seasons. So anything can happen. We could get that couple of depth players that we need. Panthers don't have the firepower to place any major losses. Marchessault scored most of his 30 goals filling in for Huberdeau, while Jagr, Smith, and Jokinen were reliable. Now, Florida has to rely on rookies and bomb 6 talents and punch above their weight if the injuries occur. Florida wants back in the playoffs, but any bad break will flush those hopes in a hurry. Now, I agree with that one as well, but I think we have better management in place than we did last season. Rowe had no idea what he was doing. He had no idea how to, put guys where they, were specializing, and then if they finally did have a spot that was flushing and he'd still messed it up. So I think it's going to be a wait and see, definitely aspect, but I don't think the worst case scenario can be that bad. I really hope not. So yeah, that's my thoughts on what the Hockey News says we're going to do this season. Again, let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this format, I will continue it with other NHL publications. If not, definitely let me know as well, and I will go ahead and just do my whole season preview, one big video, a couple days before the NHL season starts. So, again, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.